सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अथाश्वलायनः
अथ अश्वलायनः
भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनम्
भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनम्
उपसमेत्योवाच
उपसमेत्योवाच
अधीहि भगवन् ब्रह्मविद्यां वरिष्ठाम्
अधीहि भगवन् ब्रह्मविद्यां वरिष्ठाम्
सदा सद्भिस्तेव्यमानां निगूढाम्
सदा सद्भिः स्वेयमानां निगूढाम्
यया चिरात्
यया चिरात्
सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य
सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य
परात् परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान्
परात् परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान्
तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहश्च
तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहश्च
श्रद्धा भक्तिध्यानयोगादवैः
श्रद्धा भक्तिध्यानयोगादवैः
न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन
न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन
त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः
त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः
परेण नाकन्निहितं गुहायाम्
परेण नाकन्निहितं गुहायाम्
बिभ्राजते यद्यतयो विशन्ति
विभ्राजते यद्यतयो विशन्ति
वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थाः
वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थाः
सन्न्यासयोगात्
सन्न्यासयोगात्
यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः
यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः
ते ब्रह्मलोकेषु
ते ब्रह्मलोकेषु
परान्तकाले
परान्तकाले
परामृताः परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे
परामृताः परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे
विविक्तदेशे च सुखासनस्तः
विविक्तदेश विविक्तदेशेश सुखासनस्तः
शुचिः समग्रीव शिरः शरीरः
शुचिः समग्रीवः शिरः शरीरः
अन्त्याश्रमस्थः सकलेन्द्रियाणि
अन्त्याश्रमस्तः सकलेन्द्रियाणि
निरुध्य भक्त्या स्वगुरुं प्रणम्य
निरुध्य भक्त्या स्वगुरुं प्रणम्य
हृत्पुण्डरीकं विरजं विशुद्धम्
हृत्पुण्डरीकं विरजं विशुद्धम्
विचिन्त्य मध्ये विशदं विशोकम्
विचिन्त्य मध्ये विशदं विशोकम्
अचिन्त्यमव्यक्तमनन्तरूपम्
अचिन्तमव्यक्तमनन्तरूपम्
शिवं प्रशान्तममृतं ब्रह्मयोनिम्
शिवं प्रशान्तम् अमृतं ब्रह्मयोनिम्
तथादिमध्यान्तविहीनमेकम्
तथाधिमध्यान् अनन्तविहि sorry Guruji, would you mind repeating?
तथादिमध्यान्त
तथादिमध्यान्त
विहीनमेकम्
विहीनमेकम्
विभुं चिदानन्दम्
विभुं चिदानन्दम्
अरूपमद्भुतम्
अरूपमद्भुतम्
उमासहायं परमेश्वरं विभुम्
उमासहायं परमेश्वरं विभुम्
त्रिलोचनं नीलकण्ठं प्रशान्तम्
त्रिलोचनं नीलकण्ठं प्रशान्तम्
ध्यात्वा मुनिर्गच्छति भूतयोनिम्
ध्यात्वा मुनिर्गच्छति भूतयोनिम्
समस्तसाक्षिं तमसः परस्तात्
समस्तसाक्षिं तमसः परस्तात्
Yeah. So in this Upanishad, Bhagavan Brahmaji was approached by Ashvalayana. So they're all rishis. They're all stories. Here he is a Shishya. But the Shishya becomes a Guru afterwards. And so Layana Maharshi, even before, so it's very inspiring to hear all these stories. How the rishis were also in search of the same thing we are all searching. That is why this tradition is so important, powerful, and a blessing for all of us. And in Shloka 3 and 4, having introduced briefly, briefly how they became who they are or who they were, how they became rishis. And na karmana na prajaya, like that, an introduction is given to this Brahma Vidya. And then starting from 5 onwards, Vivikta Deshe Sukhasanasta. Very, very unique way of starting this teaching, Brahma Vidya, by introducing Dhyanam. Dhyanam. So Shiva Dhyanam is being introduced, and we are about to complete that section here in mantra number 7. So if I go back to my notes here, we have to I think Trilochanam, Neelakantam we have completed, and we need to resume from that. So Prashantam onwards. So we saw some words, familiar words like Umasahayam, Trilochanam, Neelakantam. Then Prashantam is where we need to pick up the thread. Yeah, in general, the word Prashanta means peaceful, tranquil, calm. Okay, that is the meaning. Here also, there is the same meaning. And generally, all our devatas are all described as Prashantas only. Except sometimes you have all these Ghora Rupam and all will be there. Because that particular form when Shiva opened the third eye, it's not going to be Prashantam. Even when Sri Krishna opened his mouth, Sri Krishna is all right, but it was not Prashantam for Arjuna. So all these rupas are all there. But when I am supposed to meditate, better to just meditate on some form that is very pleasing, that is very calming to us. And so our Devatas forms are all Prashanta Rupam. And so here also, Prashanta Rupam is given here. And if you look at some of the Dhyana shlokas, Dhyana shlokas are meant for us to visualize the Devata. Shiro Dhanvat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Mautika Nam. Okay, like that. Like that, we have all these Dhyana shlokas which says, okay, Vishnu, you visualize Vishnu as lying on this serpent, huge serpent, and then in the middle of the Milky Ocean. Okay, this Milky Way and all that, I have my own doubts whether they got these ideas from our Shastra. Why should it be called Milky Way galaxy? Please tell me. But where is the question of milk coming there at all? So anyway, these are all visualizing. So once you visualize that Vishnu Rupa, then you can begin to meditate. Because you need a form. And so we are blessed with all these beautiful forms. And likewise, we have in Dakshinamurti Stotram also. The Dhyana Shloka will start like this. Mauna Vyakya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasadrishiganairavrtam Brahmanishtai Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudramananda Rupam Swatma Mudita Vadanam Dakshina Mide. Mudita Vadana. Vadana means face. Mudita means a pleasing face, calm face. Prashanta Vadanam. Yeah, that is how all the Dhyana shlokas are all set up. That's why it's called Dhyana shloka. Shloka for which I'm supposed to know the meaning and visualize the Devata, whose mantras are going to come later. Vishwam Darpana and all will come later. The Mahima of the Devata will be told later. So, like that, we have Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. So, those are all very popular Dhyana shlokas. So, but here Swamiji says, this Shiva is meditating in these places where people don't visit at all, like cremation ground. He's sitting there with all ashes and all that and meditating. And so Swamiji said, okay, even if there is a Nastika who never goes to the temple, who doesn't even buy the idea of Shiva and all, at least in the last days he will go and see Shiva. So there he's waiting. It's so definitely they also will get blessed like that, he says. So Prashantam. And Dhyatva. Now the verb Dhyatva is coming. Dhyatva. So having meditated upon Shiva, who is Uma Sahayam, Parameshwaram, Prabhum, Trilochanam, Neelakantam, and Prashantam. So now we have attributes which we can use to meditate on Shiva, do dhyanam of Shiva. So Dhyatva, having meditated upon, then he is going to say Munir Gachati. Munihi Gachati. So now only the subject is coming. Munihi Dhyatva Gachati. Gachati means goes, reaches, gains. All these words are there. All these meanings are there. So Munihi. Who is Muni? Hey, I thought this person is a Shishya. He asked the teacher to teach. And how did he become Muni? Hey, Muni means what? Muni is not some Amar Chitrakatha idea of Muni. Uh, Muni means Manana Shilaha. Manana Shilaha means one who is given to listening and thinking. Because this is praptasya prapti. This is not some going, here's a recipe, follow it and then keep on making it every day. And then it's not apraptasya prapti. It is gaining of what is already gained. So it's a very unique pursuit. And therefore, one has to be ready for it. Ready for it in the sense, one has to listen. What else is there to do in this Shastra study? Listening only is there. Only the listening will decondition you. Decondition. I am conditioned to think of life in a particular way, conditioned to think of myself in a particular way. And so all that has to be deconditioned. So really the entire Vedanta is just making us think differently, not for the sake of anything else, because all my conclusions were all wrong. And so it is a big change in my mindset, in my uh, worldview. And so for that, the only thing that is required is Shravanam. Because if I start doing something, then what will happen? Hey, I've been doing the same thing before. And so I keep on doing with a different attitude I do. But the mindset that karma will give me karma phalam. Finite source will give me finite effect. Finite cause will give me finite effect only. That idea must come to my mind. And so Shravanam, and Shravanam is easy afterwards. Then Mananam. Mananam. Mananam means one who is able to process all that. Process it properly and ask the right questions and get the answers and process the answers. That is called Munihi. Such a mindset is called Munihi. Such a person is called Munihi. And Maniprabha also says Manana Shilaha. Gachati. Gachati, he says Prapnoti. Prapnoti, gains. Because there is no karma involved here. So there is the question of literal going doesn't exist at all. So Gachati means Prapnoti. Some benefit is there. And so that is gained, he says. And so what is that benefit to be gained? Okay, that we are going to see in this other words. Bhuta yonim samasta sakshim tamasaf parastat. Those words are meant to be the karma, the object of the sentence, predicate of the sentence. Okay. And so samasta sakshim gachati, bhuta yonim gachati, tamasaf parastat gachati, prapnoti, gains, that person gains. So it's a huge shift because Dvaita, from Dvaita Buddhi, from Dvaita Drishti, it's taking me towards Advaita Drishti. Externally, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change externally. My body will continue to remain. Enlightenment and all that we saw in Kamar Chitragatha, they say all this suddenly a halo will be there behind the head. And all kinds of things can happen. Enlightenment means lighten ho gaya. So bright ho gaya, kya ho gaya? Or light ho gaya means you'll start levitating. You have to think of something, as children, these words are all coming. And you have to make something out of it. Enlightenment. Then you have to, only Amar Chitra Katha is available. What else is available? Or some stories somebody told us. He disappeared. So if disappearance is the result of this Brahma Vidya, nobody will be there. Nobody will sign up for these courses. Why would anybody want to disappear? Please tell me. It's not possible. And then halo and all, if people start getting, then also people may not turn up because they want to look normal. They don't want to look abnormal in front of friends. Kya ho gaya? What is all this? What happened to you? Like that they might say. So nothing will happen. Muni prapnoti. So kim prapnoti. Kim prapnoti. Maniprabha says a very interesting statement. Says, Tarhi kim karana upadikam eva yati iti ashankya. Hey, he's saying, because now the expectation is there. What am I going to get out of this? That expectation is there. Hey, we are used to listening to this all the time. Every time I do something, I'm looking for some benefit. Reasonably, benefit is there. Otherwise, nobody does anything. Mandopi na pravartate prayojanam anuddishya. Prayojanam anuddishya, without expecting some result, mandaha api. Mandaha api. Mandaha means even the most dull-witted person, the person who is clueless about life also, is just hanging around. Mandaha api mandopi na pravartate. Na pravartate will not even a glass of water if the person wants to drink. Person wants to get the thirst quenched. That is a benefit. So therefore, that is a sloka there. And so here also, Karhi, then what am I going to get out of it? Like that, the question, if the question arises in the mind of the student, then samasta sakshim tamasaf parastat samasta sakshim prapnoti. The witness of everything, samasta sakshim, samastasya sakshihi. So he becomes the samasta sakshi, witness of everything, like that. Here, Brahmaji is saying, if you carefully look at the way we have studied the Shastra, or look at yourself, it is pointing towards me. The Veda is a mirror of words to reflecting myself. Reflecting myself means what? Hey, I have been constantly going after the things that are readily available. I need things to survive, so I became a survivor. I became a very good survivor by by securing things for myself and then using those things. This has become my. And why is that? Because paranchikani, because the sense organs are all outward facing. And outward facing means what? They bring me data about things and then I utilize those things. And so, in order for me to be, now Vedanta, we are studying Vedanta. In order for me to know that there are all these things, I must be aware of those things. Minimum awareness is required. Awareness means what? I can say, I see this, I see that. My eyes are all operating. But nobody questions this whole process. Who is behind the eyes? Nobody questions. Okay. And the student in Kena Upanishad asks a question. First, the first mantra of the Kena Upanishads begins with the word Kena. Kena. Kena means by what? By what? That's why the Upanishad itself is called Kena Upanishad. Kena Upanishad. Okay. And so he says, Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha kena prana prathama praiti yuktaha, etc. By what is it that makes the mind work? There must be something behind the mind. Something must be there. Like that, he is asking the question itself. Then the teacher is saying, and then Kena Prana Pratham. How does the respiration process work? Chakshuhu, how does the eye see? Who is making the eye see? Means what? Hey, the eyes are working, I know, but there is some other force behind it that makes the eye do what it does. So that's what the teacher also answers. Shrotrasya Shrotram. Shrotrasya Shrotram. Very, yes, you're correct. That Atma, which illuminates everything, is the ear of the ears. Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Manoyat. Like that. Yes, there is a mind of the mind, like that he says. He leaves it cryptic, a cryptic answer. Vacho Havacham, like that he says. So that means finally he's going to say, Yad vacha anabhyuditam yena vag abhyudyate. You've got to say, hey, it is something that no words can reveal. Okay. Yad vacha anabhyuditam yena vag abhyudyate. Tadeva brahma tvam vidhi. Hey, it is something that words cannot reveal, but it is because of that that words also get uttered, and you become aware of those words. Like that, Kenopanishad says. And Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi. That self, because of which all these things are happening, that itself is not an ordinary self, it is Brahma. Jagat Karanam Brahma. Like that, the Upanishad says. So that means the person who is aware of all these activities, prana, I am aware of prana. I am aware of eyesight. I am aware of all the hearing. All the sounds I'm aware of. I'm aware of literally everything. That awareness is me, which I have taken for granted all along. And so that awareness, samasta sakshim, I am the one who has to appreciate this universe, this wonderful universe that is there out there. Somebody has to say this universe exists and it's wonderful or scary, whichever somebody has to say all that. And that somebody, so there is that samasta sakshi, atma, in the form of this body and mind sense complex. And so that person is the Sakshi. That is where the Sakshi is manifest. Or Atma is manifest as the Sakshi. Atma gets a name now called Sakshi. Why? Because that awareness is there. Witness. Sakshi is witness in English. So, and therefore, that person gains it means what? That person begins to know. That person knows that I am the Sakshi. I am the only Sakshi. There's no other Sakshi in this universe. I am the Sakshi. And that Sakshi is same as that person also is the same Sakshi. Everybody is the same Sakshi. And then Samasta Sakshim. Atma, Anatma. How do you know there is Atma and Anatma? Because Atma is the one that is aware, awareful. Chaitanyam. So Chaitanya Tattvam is brought here. Chaitanyam is there, and therefore I can say there is Anatma. There is an object. And everything that I perceive is an Atma. And the body also I perceive. Therefore, body also is an Atma. And the student there in Kenopanishad already asked the question, what is it behind the mind? Because I am observing the mind. Therefore, mind is Anatma. I can't, I have to be somebody other than what I perceive. What a statement it is. I cannot be what I perceive. If I perceive thoughts, then I am not the thoughts. That's the viveka that student has. And so, so our Maniprabha also says the same thing. He says, Sarva Buddhi Prachara Drashtaram. That he is. Sarva Buddhi Prachara. That means what? Sakshi. And the witness of all objects, no doubt. But there is something more subtle that I am a witness of. And you know what that is? Sarva Buddhi Prachara Sakshi. Drashta. Drashta means seer. I am the seer of all the activities that are going on in my buddhi. That is how Maniprabha explains this word. Sarva Buddhi. Prachara, drashta. Drashta means seer. I am the seer. Sakshi means I am the seer of everything that happens. Means even though buddhi is so close to me, nothing is as close to me as my buddhi, as my mind. And still, even though it is close, even though I keep telling that I did this, I did that, even though I am great, I am depressed, I am agitated, I am elated, I keep saying it. But yeah, nothing wrong in saying it. But thinking that that is what you are is a mistake. Okay. Because why? Because I am Sakshi of that Sarva Buddhi Prachara Sakshi I am. Drashta I am. So Samasta Sakshi, such an important word it is. And same thing is said again in Kenopanishad. It's the teacher tells the student, Pratibodha Viditam Matam Amrutatvam Hi Vindate. Mantra, if you want number 2.4, Kenopanishad, you can note it down. Pratibodha Viditam Matam. It's what? That thought, Sarva Buddhi Prachara Sakshi. Prati Bodha. Bodha means the thought process. I am a witness of every thought. I am a witness of Pluto and this galaxy and that galaxy. That's a very obvious. That's very obvious. What's not obvious is I am a witness of my thoughts also. Right? So that is why they don't talk about Samasta Sakshi. Samasta means the entire universe. Maniprabha doesn't explain, I am the witness of the universe, he doesn't say. Because that I know already. But I have to understand that every thoughts can empower me, thoughts can free me, thoughts can also bind me. Correct? Thoughts, one wrong thought and I'm bound. Okay? Telisite mokshamu, teliyakunna bandhamu. But Annamacharya, what he says, if you know it, you are free. If you don't know it, you are bound. Okay? They are all rishis, all composers and all Tyagaraja and so forth. So then, uh, and we saw that in Katha Upanishad also. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi. Na tatra suryo bhati. Hey, the sun does not shine there. Means what? The sun does not shine by itself. There has to be an all-pervasive, brilliant entity which enables the sun to shine the way it is shining, and which enables me, the observer, to be aware of that. That awareness is the Satyam, is the absolute reality. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam. No object that you think shines is really shining by itself. Nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi. Kutoyam agnihi. This mantra is supposed to be chanted in when you do harati to Bhagavan. Kidi, 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 kidi. Everywhere they do this. Common. All over India, it's common. Even North also they do it. South also they do it. And so, the mantra says, hey, I am showing this lamp to reveal this Bhagavan Murti. Generally, it is supposed to be dark in all this, in the Garbhagraha. It's supposed to be dark. They won't have all these bright lights, we call those lights. Yeah, those 1,000 watts lights and all they don't have. But these days it is there. That's okay. But the idea is that lamp is supposed to show you the Devata. Because Devata, the Murti is not visible. Bhagavan is not visible. And when you want only, he comes alive. The idea. And so if people go to the temple and far away, they are standing somewhere and looking like this, like this, like this. And then not visible. Even if bright light is there, not visible because so much crowd. And but generally not visible. But then when the lamp is shown, that Rohit will do this. So he's called Gurukal in one language, in our Tamil language. Gurukal means what? He is the Guru. Why he is a Guru? Because he is showing Bhagavan to us. So he gets the name Guru. One who shows Bhagavan to us is Guru. So like that, they have a name like that. All right. So, Kutoyam Agnihi. Hey, the sun cannot illuminate Atma. Bhagavan, sun cannot illuminate. And I am using the small lamp to show Bhagavan to you. Correct? What is this? What a joke it is. Can there be a better joke than this? Like that, this mantra is saying. And he is going to come again in Mundaka also. 2 to 1, it's going to come. And so, therefore, that Samasta Sakshi, that Shiva, the formless Shiva, Arupa Shiva is being indicated by these words, Samasta Sakshi. And before that, Bhuta Yonim is there. I missed that word. Bhuta Yonim. Previously, we saw a word. What is it? In Shloka number 6, we saw Brahma Yonim. Okay, Brahma Yonim. There we saw Brahmaji. Even the creator of Brahmaji. I thought Brahma was the creator of the universe. But then, no, there is somebody who created Brahmaji also. Brahmaji's essence also is this Brahman, this Atma, this Samasta Sakshi, this Chaitanyam, Satyam. Okay, Sattu Chit Ananda, that same Vastu is the Brahma Yoni. He is the creator of Brahmaji. Okay. And then here Bhuta Yonim. Bhuta Yonim means the creator of the universe. Creator of the universe. Hey, but I thought Brahmaji was born and Brahmaji created the universe. Now I'm saying, yeah, that may be okay. That is the story in the Puranas. But Brahman is there, which is the absolute essence of Brahmaji also. Because as said by that Brahma Yoni in the previous mantra, Brahma Yoni. And so that means what? Hey, Brahman, Nirgunam Brahman is the essence of Brahmaji. Nirgunam Brahma is the essence of the entire creation also. That means what? Brahmaji created the world, all right. But guess what? Guess what? The creation. This is a different kind of creation. This is not a creation where the creator is separate from the creation. In Brahmaji's creation, Brahma is still there and still creating. Okay, and I have been created long ago on the planet solar system, created longer ago, even long ago. Okay, uh, and but this world is separate from Brahmaji. But guess what? This world is not separate from Brahman. Okay. Why? Because Brahman is Brahma Yonim and Brahman is Bhuta Yoni also. And this is the only creation where I can say the creation is not separate from the creator. But the creation I know is what? The only creation I know is creator is separate. Creator is always creating, creating, creating. Manufacturing. They're talking about make in India and all that. So manufacturing is going to is just India's only consumption is going to increase, constantly increase it. So they have to constantly make. But the maker continues to be there. Maker is separate from the made always. That's my idea of creation. This is a different creation, my dear friend. We can't use the word creation. That is why it is adbhutam. We saw the word adbhutam somewhere. Okay. Now
Shivam,
I'm forgetting. Huh?
Shivam Adbhutam.
Okay, now I'm forgetting whether we saw it in Mundaka or Kaivalya. That is also there. See, it is coming here. Adbhutam. Siddhanandam, Arupam, Adbhutam, Visa. So Adbhutam is Adbhutam. How can the creator be part of the creation? This idea is Adbhutam. There is the beauty of this. Yatha Urna Nabihi. Just like the spider example we saw the other day. Creates a web out of itself, out of material from itself. And so this Samasta Sakshi Bhuta Yonim. Bhuta Yonam. We are going to see Bhuta Yonam in the next shloka in Mundaka Upanishad. Yattad Adreshyam. We are going to cover. We just finished 1.1.5. The fifth mantra we finished, I think. So we are going to do this. Paravidya, Aparavidya was described. And next he's going to tell a little more detail about this, about the Vastu that is revealed by Paravidya. What is that Brahma indication he's going to give? Yattadadreshyam agrahyam agotram avarnam achakshushrotram tadapanipādam. Like that he's going to say. Nityam vibhum sarvagatam tadabhyayam yat brahma yonim paripashyanti dhiraha. Like that he's going to say Brahma yonim. That mantra is 116 of Mundaka Upanishad. There also paripashyanti dhiraha, he says. Hey, the people, mananashila, munihi here, they're dhiraha. Paripashyanti, they see it. They see it as themselves. They figured out the puzzle of this life. Okay. So, Bhuta Yonim. Maniprabha says, Akashadi Mahabhuta Karanam. So we are studying Bhashyam. Quietly, without telling Bhashyam, we are studying the Bhashyam, right? We are looking at what our acharyas have done, what kind of work they have done in this. So, Akashadi Mahabhuta Karanam, he says. The cause of Mahabhutas. Mahabhutas means Pancha Mahabhutas. That is the cause of the universe. If you break down the universe into its most fundamental elements, it's Panchabhutani. Like in chemistry, they say, there's so many 120 elements or something like that. And I lost count. 108 was the count when I studied in school, but now I don't know what it is. So maybe somebody can tell me, no, Guruji, it's gone beyond 137 and all. If you say, I am happy to take that feedback so that next time I'll quote the better number. And so that is the fundamental. Or fundamental particles. Chemistry and physics have gone down and say fundamental particles. When I studied, it was protons, neutrons, electrons. After that, many other particles have come. So they're constantly trying to figure out that thing which is the cause of the universe. See, they're searching for that thing. So, like that, here he says, Akashadi Mahabhuta Karana. Akashadi means, yeah, Akashaha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. These are the Mahapancha Bhutas. They are the great elements, which is the uh, essence of this material world. Okay. It also came from that Samasta Sakshi Brahman. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha. So, that bhuta, the cause of all those bhutas, the great bhutas, they are the great. That is the, with a telescope and microscope, you can see the Panchabhutas. But you can't see the cause of the Panchabhuta. That is what this is. Bhuta yonihi. भूतयोनिं मुनिः गच्छति समस्तसाक्षिं मुनिः गच्छति तमसः परस्तात् tamas parastat means what? Greater than tamas. Okay, what is this tamas? Okay, you have three gunas: sattva, rajas, tamas. That is there, but here that is not the meaning of the tamas. Here it means what? Here is that trigunatmika maya, that all three gunas combined maya. That maya is referred to as tamas here. Tamas, ajnana, ajnanat, parastat. Ajnanat means greater than maya. Means what? Maya is the creatrix. Sometimes they say creatrix. I don't know. There's a word like that. Must be a word, I think. Otherwise, why should they write like that, right? Creatrix, creator, creatrix, masculine, feminine. Anyway, Maya is the creator of the entire Jagat. Why? Because without Maya, Brahman cannot create. Brahman is Nirgunam, no question of creation. Even though we keep saying Bhuta Yoni for Brahman, but Brahman cannot create without Maya Shakti. Without that Avarana and Vikshepa Shakti, two kinds of Shaktis are there, remember. And that is Maya, that is she. She covers, and then in the process, after the covering, the net result is creation. Covers and create. Like the snake I see, it is like that kind of creation. Snake. Hey, who created the snake? Hey, who created the snake is a very $1 million question. It is. You say there is a snake when there is no snake. And then you created a snake and you're asking the question, who created the snake? What can I say? When I say you only created the snake, you look confused. Because you think the snake is there, you're pointing to me, you're scared of the snake. And I am supposed to tell you there is no snake there. Correct? And so who created the snake? Okay. That Avarana Shakti is there. First, the rope is, I am prevented from seeing the rope. Look at that. I am prevented from seeing the rope. That is called Avarana Shakti. And then there is another brilliant Shakti called Vikshepa Shakti. Means I have to now project. Who gave me that Shakti? To project a snake on the rope. It's a power. I'm not an ordinary guy. I have this power. And that power makes me project. And that projection is the creation. There is no real creation. That is the idea here. Advaita Vedanta is trying to tell us. And so that is that whole Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti is Maya Shakti. So that Maya is represented by the word tamas. Because Ajnanam, because covering me means I am covered by Ajnanam. I am covered, I am prevented from knowing the truth, as it were. Okay. And so this Brahman, even though Maya created the world, all right, but Brahman is the one that gives the sustenance to Maya also. Maya also depends on Brahma for her existence. Okay, that's the idea. Is why Tamasat Parastat. Parastat means what? Find all kinds of translations. Okay? Beyond, beyond Maya, superior to Maya, greater than Maya, and all you find. But those translations are not adequate because hey, Brahman is the essence of Maya and unaffected by Maya. So that is Parastat. Okay, Maya is changing. She's a Vikaravati. Okay, she's always changing. She's also Anadi and she's always there. But it is Vikara. What is changing is the world. Creation means what? Something came into being means what? Change. So change is constant. That's why they say change is constant. No, I'm not sure. That is why they say change is constant. This change is constant. People are all different kind of people. They, they, they see change all right. But here what we are saying is change is constant, all right. But Brahman is unaffected by change. Brahman is unaffected by tamas. Brahman is unaffected by Maya. That sustaining entity is unaffected. Like water is unaffected by the wave. Whatever may happen to the wave, water continues to remain water, unaffected. So water is, Jalam is tarangat, tarangat parastat. Taranga means wave, Parastat, water is parastat to wave. Exactly like here, clay pot is there. Mritika, the clay, is unaffected by pot or potness. All the problems the pot has, all the greatness, achievements of the pot, the Mritika is unaffected. So Mritika is Ghatat Parastat. Ghatat Parastat. Mritika is Satyam. It will always be there. That's the idea here. So Tamasah Parastat, not being affected by Maya. Like this, many examples we can give. And like Swamiji gives the example of movie. And in movie, the screen is stable, steady, unchanging, pure white screen. It has to be a pure white screen. And a lot of things are happening on the movie screen. None of that is absolutely real. Some reality is there, but only some reality. The actual real is the screen underneath that movie. Like that, they give some examples. And it's a good example. The only thing is, whether the movie is there or not, screen will continue to be there. Before the movie, screen was there. After the movie, screen will be there. That's unchanging. Adhishtanam. That means what? This is even it is good to hear. You know why? Even if my mind is turbulent, even if my mind is sad right now, eh, still I am not that sadness. It gives me a lot of freedom. Just the thought itself gives me the freedom. Yeah, periodically I do become sad. I do become depressed. I have to shake myself and say, wait a minute. Things are unfolding. Let me allow things to. It is not the end of the world. Yes, I will have to seek help, etc. I will do that. But I am tamasaf parasta. I am tamasaf parasta. That is the real me. I am able to, that is why I am able to see the sadness. That is why I am able to see all the changes in my mind. That means what? Despite everything that is happening, to me. I am free. I am the whole. I am what the Shastra tells I am, which is Bhuta Yoni, etc. I am Tamasaf Parastat. And another corollary to that is, I can be Tamasaf Parastat, I am Atma, I am Sachidanand Atma, and I am given a body so I can needs to be done. Freely now I can do. Freely means what? Unencumbered by all the fears that I used to entertain before. Now I can do more fearlessly. Why? Because what I do and what I am, or there is no connection at all. There is no connection between what I essentially am and what I do. Okay. Doing and everything is part of the karma. Why Ishvara Prasada is there. And so it is my job to do whatever is to be done. Dharma is there. That is at work. Okay, that is at work. And the best thing I can do is follow dharma. Dharma is so critical. And therefore, I can do, and at the same time, I'm not a doer. I can feel, at the same time, Atma is not a feeler. Correct? I can become sad. That means I is this mind. Then I can tell myself, you know what? That's the way the mind works. That's the way karma works. I can tell myself that. This jnanam, of course, will make that very clear, crystal clear. It will make it. And so that asanga tattvam is brought about by this phrase, tamasaf parastat, asangaha, sangaha. That's why all our devis are all sitting on lotus. They're sitting on lotus because they're all asangaha. They're all there to bless us. And that blessing entity is asangaha. Blessing entity cannot be sankaha. Then the blessing entity will get sullied, spoiled, affected, ruptured, ksharam, dissipates. After some time, we have to say Saraswati blessed all our rishis, but she is now not like that. Can't say that. So, Tamasav Parastat, they're all asangas. Consciousness is asanga tattvam. Aham, awareness, is asanga tattvam. So, that is this Tamasav Parastat, Dhyatva. So Swamiji says, so when will I get all this? Because when also is there, no? One good thing is, so many janmas have gone behind us. So many janmas, uncountable number of janmas have gone behind us. And so I, there is no need to now be anxious about what will happen to me next. When will I get this enlightenment? When will I get this moksha and all? There is no problem. This is the only dharma where that kind of pressure is not there. That kind of anxiety should not be there. Bhagavan will take care of me, no doubt about that. But here in Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna had that doubt, remember. Kachin ubaya vibrashtaha chinnaprameva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudo brahmana pati. He's very anxiously is asking, hey Krishna, I understand what all you're saying, karma yoga, lokesmin, vivida, nishta, pura, prokta, maya, naga. And then Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga for all the people who are grastas. And Jnana Yoga are people who can commit themselves to this knowledge. All that I understand. But now I know I'm going to war and all that. And you have told me that if you win, you will get heavens. If you die also, you will get heavens like that. And all you said, okay, fine. I'm not afraid of dying. But then what happens in the next life? Now I understand. Next life you may or may not be there. You, so will I get a Krishna next time to teach like this? Krishna says, don't worry. Partha naiveha vinashastasya vidyate. Amutra. Amutra. Elsewhere if you go, then also. There can be a different life in this Bhuloka or it can be anywhere else. Very nice statement he says. Partha naiveha namutra vinashastasya vidyate. Nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Hey, no chance. There is no chance of any of your effort getting wasted. It will continue. So like that, here also, dhyatva munir gacchati. Munihi kada gacchati. If the anxiety is there, don't worry. It will happen. Like that, that assurance we all have from Sri Krishna and everybody else. So I think that completes this mantra. Let me give you a translation. Swami Paramathanandaji's translation. Okay. Having meditated on the tranquil, all-pervasive Lord, having meditated on the tranquil, all-pervasive Lord. So we are translating the word Parameshwaram. How will you translate Parameshwara in English, into English? It's very difficult. Supreme Lord. Suppose they say Supreme Lord. That's how they translate it because, I don't know, they are forced to translate and there is no word. What can you do? And so we have to just be aware that when you read books that they say Supreme, beyond. Tamas of Parastad. You know the translation of Tamas of Parastad in every book? Beyond Tamas. Beyond Maya. Hey, beyond means what? Tell me what beyond is. Beyond means further away there. Very far away. Hey, we are talking about Brahman that is all pervasive. How can the all pervasive be far away? That itself is wrong. Then we are talking about Jivatma, Jiva Brahma Aikyam. And I am that Brahma. Then I am that Brahma means what? It is far away and I am supposed to be far away. So this beyond words bit risky. Beyond means what we can say is Asangaha. Asangaha, beautiful. Beyond. See, now I will tell you. Clay is beyond pot. If you like the word beyond, that is the way to understand beyond in our Shastra. Clay is beyond pot. Clay is beyond the attributes of the pot. Clay is beyond all the problems that the pot is suffering. That is the meaning of beyond. Not far away. No distance at all comes into play here. Okay. So, having meditated on the tranquil, all-pervasive Lord, who is the consort of Uma, and who is the Lord with the three eyes, and who is the Lord with the three eyes and a blue neck. Three eyes and a blue neck, comma. The meditator attains, the meditator attains within brackets oneness with Brahman, oneness with Brahman, which is the source of all beings, which is the source of all beings, comma, witness of all, comma, and beyond Maya. You can put beyond in quotes. And beyond Maya. Let me read this again. Having meditated on the tranquil, all-pervasive Lord, who is the consort of Uma, and who is the Lord with three eyes and a blue neck, the meditator attains oneness with Brahman, which is the source of all beings, witness of all, and beyond Maya. Next one. Sabrahma Sashivasendraha
Sabrahma Sashivasendraha
Moksharah Paramaswarad
Soksharah Paramaswarat
Sa Eva Vishnuhu
Sa Eva Vishnuhu
Sa Pranaha
Sa Pranaha
Sa Kalognihi
Sa Kalognihi
Sa Chandramaha.
Sa Chandramaha.
Yeah. So again, this should be somewhat familiar to so many of you. Sabrahma Sashiva Sahari Sendra Sokshara Paramaswara. Where does it come?
Ganavati Atharva Shirsha. And also Narayana Sukta.
Narayana Sukta. Narayana
Correct.
Sukta.
Correct. Correct. Narayana Sukta. It may be there in Mahanarayana also. We don't know. I'm not sure now. Good. So that we chant it very commonly. So it's not the exact copy, but it's all those words are all. Okay. So now Saha means that entity which has been described to you in the previous mantras was revealed to you, okay, as Prashantam, Amritam, Brahmayonim, Vatamasah, Parastad, etc. That alone, now you don't think of that as something that is not available at all. It is not available, it can be, always it cannot be unavailable. And so my mindset is that I need to find something. I need to see with my eyes. I need to feel it. It is in the mind I should feel it, So don't worry. All feelings are that same Brahma. Okay. And he's saying not only all that, but Brahma. Saha Brahma. Saha means he. He means that entity. That Shivam, the Shiva. Okay. Or that Bhuta Yonihi, Samasta Sakshihi. All that. Samasta Sakshi is what? Is manifest as Brahma. Chaturmukha Brahmaji. He is giving a list of entities which are also that same Bhuta Yoni. I am that Bhuta Yoni which is manifest as Brahmaji also. Not news to us, but he's telling us that. So there is a sub-Brahma. There must be a space between Sa and Brahma. So the reason it is Sa is because the Visarga drops off. There are some Sanskrit rules which drops off the Visarga from the Saha, Yeshaha and all that. So all these words Sa should be read as Saha, but it's not a printing mistake. It is Saha. It becomes Sa. All right. So these 8, 9, by the way, 8, 9 and 10. Yeah, 9 also. And yeah, so 8, 9 and 10 are talking about this nature of Brahma Vidya. And she's also going to say, Na Anyena Hetuna. She's going to say that without that knowledge, this liberation is not possible. Without jnana. Nahi jnanena sadrisham. He's going to say that. Kaivalyam. And that's why this Upanishad is also called Kaivalyam. That he's going to say in this next 3 mantras. Okay. And so, Sa Eva Brahma, Maniprabha says, Uktaha Prathama Shariri. Prathama Shariri. Prathama Shariri. The one who possesses the first body is called Brahmaji. That's a technical language. See, if this in Puranas, Brahmaji with 3 heads looks good. See the difference between Purana and Vedanta. Same entities, but different, entirely different words. And we never heard the word, as children, we never heard the word Pratama Shariri and all that. Chance, no chance. Brahmaji with 4 heads is creator. That's it. That's about it. And they argue with each other, and Shiva is the referee. This and all stories we have heard. But Pratama Shariri, and Maniprabha doesn't even say Chaturmukha Brahmaji. He doesn't even say that. Pratama Shariri. He's wanting us to go back to that whole cause effect. Think about the cause effect. Brahmaji also is born. You can have your reverence to Brahmaji. You continue to have your reverence because he's playing an important role in this life. Okay, he's taking our mind towards that. Prathama Shariri, he says. Maniprabha says. So those of you who are wondering, what is this Maniprabha? Maniprabha is Guruji is talking. Okay, all these things happen in WhatsApp. WhatsApp, too many messages are going on. So, and then I sent a PDF, I think, archive was sent, and some of you may have downloaded also. You sent me messages. So, Maniprabha is a name of the text which contains a commentary on all Upanishads, in particular 11 Upanishads, by a person called Amaradasaha. That is Maniprabha. The text is called Maniprabha. Generally, they give a name to the text, like all of us do. People, writers of books do, like that. Maniprabha. Mani means gem. Prabha means whatever, rays, brilliance, effulgence. So that is what this is. So, Prathama Shariri, Karya Karana Bhutaha, he says. Okay. Means what? Hey, this Brahmaji, very interesting guy he is. He is not only the creator of the world that I know of, but he's also a created entity. Okay, that is what he's saying here. Karya Karana Bhutaha. He's a cause and he's also an effect. Like all of us. All right. So Prathama Shariri means immediately your mind will go to where? We have studied this mantra in Mundaka Upanishad. Specifically, the first mantra of the Mundaka Upanishad. Brahma Devanam Prathama Sambhabuva. This is the first mantra of the Upanishad. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. Sab Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. I know it's been a long time. It's been a long 3 months. So I can appreciate that. A lot of travel has happened. A lot of things have happened in the last 3 months. So, Brahma Devanam Prathama Sambhavu. Devanam Prathamaha. He is the first of all the Devas to be born. Okay? Vishwasya Karta. He is the creator of the universe. Bhuvanasya Gopta. And also protector. Creating but not protecting is of no use. The protector also. He, in this mantra, Brahma himself becomes the protector of the world. Sab Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtam Atharvaya Jeshta Putraya Praha. Here also Brahmaji is teaching. Guess what? Mundaka Upanishad also Brahmaji is teaching. Sab Brahma Vidyam. Who did he teach? Atharvaya. Here Ashwalayanaha is the student. There Atharvaha is the student. Like that we saw. There itself the Prathama Shariri has come. So here that Brahma. And who is saying Sayeva Brahma? Who's saying it?
Brahmaji himself is saying.
Brahma
Brahmaji is saying Sayeva Brahma. Because Prajapati is teaching, no? And because what is the word used? Bhagavantam Parameshti. Parameshti, Brahmaji. So, or you can say Upanishad is saying. You can say that also. Instead of saying Brahmaji is saying Sayeva Brahma, you can say Upanishad is saying Sayeva. Then Brahmaji has gone back to the green room. Then Upanishad is talking. And after some time, Brahmaji has to come out. Right? So like that you can take. Then, so we know that. So Sahayeva Brahma. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Okay, that is Dakshina Murti. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. This is a very, India, it's such a popular shloka. They chant it everywhere they chant. That respect for the Guru is so much, my God. And then Guru himself is Brahma, it seems. Guru Vishnu, Guru Devaha, Maheshwaraha. Means Guru is all three. How can Guru, a person sitting in front of you, be all three? Well, that's what we are studying. This is the only Vidya that can make us say all these things. Otherwise, Dvaita or galore. Guru is not Brahma. Guru is not Vishnu. Guru is not Shiva. And this shloka is meaningless shloka. That's how it has to be. Anyway, good. So Guru Brahma, Saha Eva Brahma. Saha, okay, Saha Vishnu. 7:30. Saha Eva Vishnu. It's so nice to keep time. I actually, see, generally when teachers like us, any teacher, you ask any teacher, they'll tell you when they are very passionate about teaching. And then when the clock strikes, time has come to end, they will generally feel a bit upset. Not upset, I don't want to say upset, but disappointed. Oh my God, class is over already. Because they have so much to share, so many stories to talk about. And but then keeping time is such a beautiful thing also. I told myself, you know what? You shouldn't be disappointed just because an hour has passed. You have to be happy that the time is passing. That time tattvam is very much there. I am aware. I am samasta sakshi, and I'm aware of the time. That's a great blessing. Some people keep on talking, like me also, and they don't know the passage of time. Keep on, the clock keeps going, and then I'm sorry, I'm half an hour late. I'm sorry. So I'm aware that I'm late. I'm aware that I'm on time. All that I am samasta sakshi. Therefore, yeah, you're progressing quite well here. ॐ आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ